Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video we are going to build a JavaScript application. In this case we are going to convert some temperatures. So we have in here temperature conversion from Celsius to Kelvin or to Fahrenheit. It's going to be really up to you and it's going to be interchangeable. Also in here we can have our current date. So this is the date where I'm building this application, so it's today. Whenever you are going to be seeing this code on your machine, is gonna display the exact date that you are at the moment. So this is a really cool project for you to get started because you can put this on your portfolio website and it's perfect for people who are starting out as well. Another great thing about this project is that there are a lot of these kind of applications online where people, they just go on Google and search for how can I convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, or how can I convert, for example, miles to kilometers. There are a lot of these kind of applications exactly like ours that we have in here, and I'm just showing you one example from metric2metric.com. This is a developer just like us that he put this online, and look, he put some ads in here from Google AdSense, most probably, and when people are coming in here into his application and maybe they click on his ads, he's earning money. So can you imagine if you're gonna build an application like this? You put it on your own website online, searchable for all people in the world, and if people go there, you can place ads wherever you want. You can make some money with this, okay? This is going to be like a cash machine as well. You are a developer, okay? So you can even come with some clever ideas to make money like this. Alright guys, let's get started. In this video, we're going to build just the display, the interface of it. So, first thing I will do is go in here to Visual Studio Code. I'm going to open a new file, save as, and I will save it as index.html. Alright, so I'm going to start in here with a empty template. And in here I will do a div with a class of container. I will create another div with a class of card. And then I will create another div with a class of top. This is what I will create initially. So after this, I will create a div with a class of nav. And in here, this is where I'm going to put the date. At the moment, I'm not going to put it like automatic with JavaScript because we can get the current date with JavaScript. Now I'm just going to put some kind of text in here that I'm going to type it. I'm going to pass in here a class of date. And I'm going to put in here just August, so we can see something on the page. Another thing that I want to do is pass this nice icon. This could be, for example, if people, they want to save what they are converting or whatever. You can do whatever you want with this application after. So to use these nice icons, I will install these iron icons. Not install, but just like take in here, use it. So if you go in here at usage, this is ironicons.com. You need to copy this script in here to the bottom of your page. So in here, just before the body. Also, if you scroll down a bit more, you need to copy this CSS. So just place it in here. Now, let's see how does it look like. So I'm going to click, we got some August in here. This is the only text we have in here in the page. So let's create a CSS file. So create file, I'm going to call it style.css, save it. I'm going to do some kind of body things in here. I'm going to put a padding top of 100 pixels. I'm going to do a background image of a linear gradient, and what I'm gonna pass, just gonna paste it in here. So linear gradient, this is what I want, a linear gradient from 135 from this color to this color. Let's just see. We still didn't link our CSS, so we can link our CSS. Already style, this is the name of our file. Let's refresh, and there it is. But I don't want this repeat, So what I can do is give it a height on the body of 100%. I want to give it a margin of 0. I want to give it a background repeat of no repeat. And a background attachment. Let's see if I get it in here. Background attachment to be fixed. Okay. All of these now, it should sort this out. Look. This is the degrees. Okay. 135, it goes from here to this side. Let's install, by the way, now the Google font that I want to use. So I'm going to put Google Fonts. Click in this link. I want the Roboto font, this one. So I'm going to click on Roboto, select this font, go down here, and let's just customize it. I want the regular and I want the bold. If I want to use this now on my project, I'm going to click in here, copy this link. Just before my style.css, I'm going to paste it. Now, if I want to use it, let's copy this code, font family Roboto, and then we got the fallback. I'm going to paste it in, and I'm going to refresh the page, and look, now August is with a different font. Okay, this one in here is sorted. Let's go back on the index.html. We got this one. Let's pass now the user. So where is it, my user? I can go in here into icons. I'm going to search in here at the top for user. Click down here. This is the code that you need. Okay, down here in the page, if you can see. I'm going to just like paste it. I'm going to refresh the page, and here it is. This is what I wanted. What else can we add right now? I can add my select. So just after this div with the class nav, I'm going to do a select with the ID of unit converter. We are not going to actually use this, but it's going to be just in here to display on the page. So we got this part, and then we got options. So I need to type it out, looks like. Okay, I got an option, and in this option, I'm going to do something like temperature. Then I'm going to copy paste. I could do something for currency. So currency, and then I could do another one for the length. Okay, let's refresh the page, and it looks better. So we got temperature, currency, and that's it. This is going to be this part in here. It's not going to really affect our application, but it's just for you to see in the future you can upgrade this application to not just be for the temperature, but also for currencies or for length, all right? So we got this one sorted. Let's add a div in here with the class of primary, because this is going to be our primary input. So I'm going to put an input with a type of number, because you're going to type down some numbers. I'm going to give it an ID of, for example, main unit. So this is going to be a div with an ID of main unit, and then I'm going to create a select. And this select in here is going to be for you to choose your actual units, Celsius, Kelvin, Fahrenheit. So I'm going to put option. I don't need any value at the moment. So the first thing I will put is going to be Celsius. I'm going to copy. I got Kelvin. And I got Fahrenheit. I think it's like this, Fahrenheit. I think that's the correct way to write. And also, what can I do in here? In this select, I will pass it a class. Okay, so I'm gonna pass it a class of main unit options. Okay, let's just refresh the page to see how does it look like. Okay, this is where we are going to type down our numbers. This is in here the units. Let me just do a little bit less zoom. Okay, maybe like this is fine. So we got this part. So we got div primary, we got the top. Now let's create another div for the bottom part. Okay, div with a class of bottom. I'm going to create a div with a class. This is going to be very similar, so I'm just going to copy and paste. Just go in here, indent this code to look well. I'm going to give it a class of secondary. I'm going to give it an ID of a second unit. Okay. And in here, I don't need a name, by the way, because I'm not going to connect this with any database, so we don't need the name. In here, I can put the Kelvin, I can put Celsius, and then I can have Fahrenheit. I can even copy, paste these and paste in here the Celsius. I think that should be it. If I'm not wrong, I think that should be it. Got these, and that should be it. Let's just refresh. So we got the first one, we got the second, we got this one. I think we have everything. So let's just now start styling this up. So we got the body all styled up. Now let's go with our container. First thing that I want to do, in our container, this is the container. Look, if we go in here to our index, our container is just like wrapping everything around. So our container, I want to have a width of 1170 pixels. I want to do a display of flex because we are going to center these on the page, all right? So I'm going to do justify content center. I'm going to do as well a margin 0 auto. Okay. This is going to center the elements that are inside, and this is going to center the container. All right. There it is. This is now in the middle. Let me just inspect this for you guys to see. We got container in here in the middle. We got the width. Just look, we got the width. We got the card in here. So we are all set. Now we got this one. Let's go to the card. And I'm going to give it a background color of... I don't even need to give it a background color, but I'll just give it so you guys can see. A background color of blue. Look, this is the card. It's all in here. I want to give this card a width of maybe 350 pixels. I want the color of all the text inside to be white. So this is the hexadecimal code for it. I want the text align to be inside all white. I want the border radius to be 5 pixels, for example. And then I will just give it some box shadow. Look guys, I'm gonna do in here on Google box shadow generator, that basically if you click you can move this around, and we can even do another application with JavaScript to do something exactly like this. As you can see, you are moving around this, and you can just like copy the code and put it on your project. This is made with JavaScript, just like our application. Maybe I will do, look at the ads in here. When people are coming and they could potentially click on the ads, and this person is making a lot of money. So we could copy this code and just like paste it in our project. So I will copy the code. I will copy the code and just paste it like this. Let's see now how does it look like. Okay, it's looking better, but not exactly yet. What else we are missing? So we go to our div with a class of top that we create in here. So the class top is going to be this part in here of the top. Okay. This div with the class of top, I want to have another nice linear gradient. So I'm just going to paste it, a background image with a linear gradient of 45 degrees from this color to this one. So if I refresh, it looks like I have something, maybe I have something wrong in here, but we will see after if what is wrong. I know what might be wrong because I think we are putting too much zoom. So I'll do Control minus to do a little bit less zoom. Now I think it's fine. All right, so it was too much zoom that we had in here on the page. So now it looks better. What else are we missing to finish this part? So we got our body. Let me just show. We got our nice gradient on the top. I will, by the way, put a padding bottom. A padding bottom of 100 pixels. So there is going to be no content around here. I'm going to refresh. There it is. We got some space. What else? What else? Now we could actually give some styling into our nav that we have. I'm gonna put it as a display of flex. I'm gonna put a justify content to be space between. So this is gonna make our date and this icon in here to be going each side. I'm gonna put align items to be center. And I'm gonna put a padding of 10 pixels top and bottom, 20 pixels left and right. I'm gonna refresh and much better. We got the date, we got our icon. Our icon, by the way, let me see, our icon, if you remember, we added a class of, we didn't, so let's put a class of user. I will go on styles. I will put in here on my user. I'm gonna cut this out, paste it in here. So I will refresh and now it's bigger. So it looks fine. Maybe it's too big. I will put just like 20 pixels. I think it's gonna be better. There it is. Okay, so let's go to our unit converter. This is our unit converter. Let's go. I will put unit converter. I will do first of all border none, because this is a select. I want to get rid of everything. I want the background to be none. I want the font size in here to be 24 pixels. I want the color to be white. And I want to give it a margin bottom of 30 pixels. Let's refresh and much better. Much better. Now I want to look, as you can see that you can't see what is in here. I could do unit converter and select all the options inside. And I'm gonna give it a margin of 40 pixels. I'm gonna give it a background of RGBA to get some alpha. It's gonna be all black and with opacity of 0.3. I'm gonna do a color to be white as well. And I want the text to have some shadow. So I'll give some text shadow in here of 0, 1 pixel, 0 RGBA. And this RGBA is going to be like this. Maybe a bit darker. Refresh and look, much better. Much better. Temperature, currency, length. Okay, we got this part sorted. Let's tackle this one. Let's go on style.css. Let's target our div with the ID of main unit, which is where is it? Our main input. So it's gonna be this one, main unit. All right, it's gonna be this one. So I will go target it. First thing I want to do is get rid of all the borders. I don't want any border. Look, if we refresh, now you don't have any border. Then I would like to give it a background of none. Background of none. Refresh, now you can't see it. All right, but we need to see it. So to see it, I'm going to give it a border bottom of 1 pixel solid white. What else? What else I can do in here? I want the color to be inside of white as well. I want the font size to be 40 pixels. And I want this to have a width of maybe 160 pixels. I think that should be fine. As you can see, look, this is what we are gonna write down. Okay, all the numbers. All right, so it's missing to style this part. So this is gonna be our what was the name that we gave? Main unit options. So the main unit options. Let's go back. Main unit options. I will give it a border none. I will give it a background of none and a color of white. Alright guys, there is a lot of stuff in here that you can see that you could actually reuse. Make sure that whenever you are optimizing the CSS, you don't have to write down the same thing over and over again. I'm just like trying to do fast so we can go to the JavaScript, the important part. Let me refresh, and this is looking better. This is looking better. Alright, so we got these main unit options. Now I want also the main unit options, and now I want to actually go inside of the option. Alright, this option in here, look, I want to go inside. So I will give it a background of RGBA, and I will give it 0, 0, 0. So it's going to be all black and with opacity of 0.3. I will refresh, and now you can see it. All good, all looking fine. We're getting close. I think we missed in here this sun, but we can add this in a second. So we got this part. Let's jump now to the next one. So I will have to go and target the bottom section. I want to give it a background color, first of all, of white. And I want to give it a padding of 80 pixels, top and bottom. 15 pixels left and right. I will refresh, and that much better. Alright, so I think we're missing something now. We are missing now the second unit. The second unit is, if you remember, is this part, this one. Let me just show you. Primary, this is the bottom. Look, second unit. This is this input, this part, this one. So the second unit, what I want to do, I want to have a border of none. Remember guys, try to optimize this code. I'm just like trying to be fast so we can go to our JavaScript part. 1 pixel solid white. Look, this is the same, this is the same, this is the same. You could actually optimize all of these. This is going to be your homework, all right? We got second unit. Now I want the background to be also none. I want the color of the text to be this one. All right. This is the color of the text that I want. I want the font size to be 40 pixels. And I also want to have a width of 160 pixels, just like the one on the top. Let's refresh, and of course now you can't see. I did something wrong. The border bottom has to be the same color as this one, so we can actually see it. All right. Okay, now you can see this part. Now let's take care of this part that you can't see anything. And this will be the second unit options. So let me just put in second unit options, and I will do a border none. I will do a background none, and I will do a color of what was the color? I think it's gonna be same like this. Let's just copy this. Let's refresh, and you still can't see anything. Second unit options. Let me see. Okay, we didn't update this. Look, second unit options. You need to update this part from the bottom, so it works fine. There it is, all working fine. So you got these second unit options, and I think that's it. If I'm not wrong, we got everything now. You can write some code. Look, it is looking all nice. It's just missing adding this kind of sun. So I could put, where is it? These iron icons. I could put temperature, or thermal. Look, if I'm gonna put something like this, there is sun, there is rain, there is this temperature icon. You can put whatever icon you want. I just want to put the sun because I think it looks better. So I'll copy this code just before our select for the converter. I'm gonna put this one there. Refresh, we got temperature, and basically that's it. We got all our interface built with HTML and CSS. Now the next videos will be just like connecting our JavaScript and actually building the project that we need. This was just like the introduction, because I know there is a lot of people all the time saying, hey Telmo, can you just go through the HTML and CSS? So I just put this video. If you think this is not worth for you, just skip it. But that's it, guys. That's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.